Hello, 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 greetings, 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 one and all. Welcome to Jamfl Live. It's what? It's Wednesday. Still coughing. It's Wednesday, the 28th of April. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody is doing well. I am here. I am getting better and better every day, so I'm happy to be on the tube, and we're just going to chill tonight. We're going to chill and build. We're going to chill and build because we still have a business going on, we still have a brand to build. And whenever you take a break from YT and you try to come back, it's like pushing a barrel uphill. It is hard work, but we're not going to be deterred. We're not going to be denied. Our eyes is on the prize, and we're going to push towards the prize. Yes, we're going to push towards the prize of the higher calling. So we are not going to allow ourselves to be discouraged. I have to say that the YT journey is it's one filled with a lot of ups and downs, you could say, a lot of discouragement as well, because you are actually building a brand. And anybody who thought that YT was just about posting videos, editing videos, and growing, I think that eventually you learn the hard way, which is in Augusta in Augusta, because one video you put out and you're gonna get some support, and you're going to be like, oh yes, I've reached the promised land. By the time you put out another three video, ain't nobody watching it or seeing it. So it is an hill and gully, up and down, a bumpy ride, but we have to keep on. New phone on my buy, drop already. Jesus Christ. We have to. Let's scratch the screen. Jesus. Phone is 2 days old, and it's screen scratch already. Anyway, when I say it's a bumpy ride, it's a hill and gully experience, and it's a lonely road. I can tell you that it's a lonely road. Um, Trying to keep your channel up and running, but you have to see this thing as a brand. You have to see YT as a brand, like any other business. You have to have a business plan. What is your business plan about YT? And when you come up with a business plan, you have to give yourself the means to make sure that this business plan will work. Just like if you open up a restaurant, you might find that one day you get a lot of clients, a lot of people show up for the restaurant, So, okay. I swear YouTube is incredible. I have a limited ads on the live. I'm just start the live. We just not but the live yet, you know. But they have given me a limited live. So we're gonna try and see what's going on. We're gonna try to bring Life with Royalty lifestyle. We're gonna try to bring Royalty lifestyle over the 1K. As you can see, she's not very far. She's just short by 5. So we're gonna try to take her over the 1K tonight, and then um, we'll see what happens. But let's try and make one person happy tonight. I'm just trying to find a link so I can pin it for her of the shortest video. I have to go on, man. With herself. You know, when people start work on them channel, you know, once over the time it was easy to find like a short video. Now you have to scroll good, find one. Alright, so the phone one. Hello, Mystic Sensation. How are you? Greetings. Mystic, how are you doing? You're probably at work, you know. I'm actually happy that royalty is close to the thousand because she's very supportive, especially to the Jamaican YouTubers, and she deserves it, you know. Just trying to pin the link. So when you just come back to YouTube, it's like a struggle trying to remember how to do things. The Mystic is off today doing some spring cleaning. All right, that sounds good. I have a bit to do myself because I'm actually going to be moving from this apartment soon. So I'm gonna have quite a bit of cleaning to do. But it's actually exciting moving to a new place because sometimes when you're in one place for too long, you get a lot of clutter, and then your environment becomes not as stimulating as it could or should be. Your environment is so important to achieve things. Even something as simple as something as simple as planning or writing up a paper if those people studying or coming up with some file for your job that you have to work on. Man, if your environment is not in a way where you can think and organize yourself, you'll find that you're not stimulated or motivated to get anything done. So I am looking forward to moving, but there's a lot of stuff that I have to throw away. Whole heap of things where you're like, when did I buy these things? You know, a lot of it. It's not really garbage. It's a lot of like it's a lot of paper. A teacher's enemy is paper. um, and then you know what? Like you have a lot of like paper that you get a bank statement or a letter, and you're like, okay, I'll hold on to this, even though it's not really going to ever be useful to you, but you just find yourself not throwing it away. And after a while, you end up having so much clutter. You know, like I have some bank statements from like 20 years ago. And I'm like, why am I holding on to these? What rational reason do I have for hanging on to these bank statements? Because some of them, the bank, them ain't even with them anymore. Some of them I'm not with them anymore. Um, some of them have closed their account. Some of them bankrupt. But you still find yourself holding on to all this clutter, you know. So I'm going to have to attack this apartment. I've been here for 11 years, and trust me, I'm not looking forward. But you gotta do what you gotta do. That's what happens when you move and you encounter items you forgot you had. Yeah, that is it. whole heap of things that you will never ever use again in your life. One thing though that I've been keeping like cards and like nice notes that your students might give you. I have a bag full of them, full of cards. Some of the students I don't even remember them. There are some names I am like, who is that? But those I think I could enjoy, like when I'm retired, I'm sit down in my sofa and may I look back at my career and those things you might want to read back, but whole heap of things we hold on to, even like clothes. Some clothes you would never wear again, ever, ever. And you just hold on to it for some strange reason. I know it run in my family because my sister have it, my brother have it, my other sister have it, where we just hold a clutter, like whole heap of clothes. Like they have clothes that one thing with me, me not keep a lot of clothes. I keep a lot of like paperwork and stuff. But they have got so many clothes items. Like never ever would they ever be able to wear so much clothes. But I guess that's it. Me, I normally like throwing clothes every like 6 months. Anything will have no stain, anything will have no hole. We usually dash them with you know. But like books, that's my that is my problem. Books and paper. Like some books women even probably ever read ever. And like that's my biggest fear. I'm like, how am I gonna manage when we need to go back to my yard, like Jamaica? Like what am I gonna do with all my books? That's the only thing that scare me. How to bring back all my books to Jamaica. So I was saying that even YouTube, it is a business, and same attitude we have when it comes to developing a business plan. You need to have it for YouTube. Sometimes we have a vision, and then we start to doubt the vision, or we doubt the videos, or we doubt the activities on our channel, and then we try to do other things, and then we might come back around to our original vision, or um, something might actually happen where you add something else outside of your normal scheme of things, and it could work. But at the end of the day, I think it's important to stick to your vision, stick to your plan, stick to your brand. You have to see this as a brand. You have to see a lot of people are asking me or have asked me, for example, why don't I do any of the challenges that people are doing? And I mean, I do see the challenge wave that's going around. I see the wave that's going around where people doing red stripe challenge and Smirnoff challenge and all different types of challenge. And some of them are fun. Some of them are fun, but I just don't think it corresponds to the image or the the brand that I see my channel as. It don't correspond to it. I'm sorry. For one, I'm thinking also that I don't necessarily want to do anything on my channel that could be of any form of disadvantage or bear any prejudice towards my job, for example. Because I work in a school, I'm teaching kids. I don't really want videos out there of me say drinking alcohol, for example. Um, well, that is one thing. And number two, I'm not really a drinker, you know. So those things don't really appeal to me. But outside of even the drinking bit, I don't want a potential student of mine, 13 years old, 12, 10 years old, coming up on one of my videos, because the fact of the matter is, they will find you. And my students have found me because a lot of them Google me all the time. And when they Google me, Jamfl comes up. So they will always come and they're like, "Oh, sir, you're a YouTuber. You have videos on YouTube, etc." And so they find me and they find the things that I do. And do I want them to come and say, "Oh, sir, I saw you drinking beer or alcohol on your channel"? I don't really necessarily want that. Me no, I try as best as possible to be very careful when it comes to my job, because at the end of the day, your job is what pays your bill. And like somebody like me, where um, I need to take care of like my mother, I can't afford to lose my job. If me lose my job, me don't know how my mother rent I go pay, for example. So I try to be very circumspect when it comes to my job, but also my life as well, because you don't want to do anything that, one thing, Mystic says you're going to have to donate some of those books. The problem is I cannot be separated from them. That's the problem. Maybe when we're ready to retire. So true. I doubt a lot of ideas that we have. Then I'm procrastinating a lot. We're very comical persons. Yeah, doubt and procrastination, two of the biggest enemies of accomplishing anything in life. When you start to doubt yourself, right? And if you even look at Jesus, when the devil came to him, it was to put doubt in his mind. Are you really the Son of God? You know? Because once there's doubt, then you're not going to be able to accomplish your mission. So him said to himself, "But me know that I am the Son of God. I don't need to prove it to anybody. I know I am. So I don't have to jump from any building or turn a stone to bread, because I know and I know that I know." You understand? And then procrastination, my God, that is my that is my problem. Colleen is in the house. Greetings. Good night, everyone. Welcome, Colleen. Welcome. True, you have to maintain a professional image because you're a professional person. Blessings to you, Colleen, from Mystic Sensation. That is it, Mystic. You cannot just be thinking, okay, I'm doing YouTube, it's just fun. And people going to look on and just say, oh, it's fun. No. People will find it and not think it's fun. And they will look at the quality of stuff that you're doing. Are you swearing? Who are cuss bad word on them channel? Who are smoke? Who are drink liquor? Who drunk out and stuff? Those are images that represent you. And let me give you an example. Every year, we have these Jamaicans who we interview to come to France on a program, a language program for them to teach. And I will see the names on a piece of paper, and they're like, these are the candidates that are, trying to come to France this year. And there's no policy that says that we should do this, but I just find myself, maybe because I'm just curious or fast, I don't know, but I just find myself Googling these people. Like I will Google, or I will check out their Facebook profile, or I'll check out their Instagram profile, or I'll just Google them directly. And even though I might just glance over it, okay, it gives you an impression of who the person is and stuff, but um, when you get to the interview, when that person comes in, based on what you would have seen on that person's Facebook or Instagram or um, Google, it sort of it put you or condition your mind as a member of the jury. Even though you might not use that, because you're giving them a fair chance and stuff. But if you see something that, shocks you, then it might be at the back of your mind when you're making your decision. Can this person represent Jamaica as an ambassador? Or sometimes we'll find some great things that people, some of them in outreach, some of them are um, running their own little charity and stuff like that. And when you see those things, you're impressed. You're like, oh yeah, this is really a cool person. So I always tell people, don't just think that um, what you're putting out there, it's just the people who are commenting, who are seeing it. Not at all. A lot of people are watching. Whole heap of people are watching. When I went to Jamaica, I was surprised, to not say shocked, at the number of people who were from my community or school who came up to me and said, "Oh, I see you have a YouTube channel. I see you doing things on YouTube." And I am like, "Really?" But I never seen that person leave a comment on my thing before. I never saw that person like subscribing or, saying anything whatsoever that would have made me want to think that they were watching my channel. But people are watching. People are watch the things that I put out. And I have to say, if you guys are just in a good feeling and say, all right, you're going to put out stuff, you need to think about it. Reflect. How can this thing come back and harm me? I'm not telling anybody how to run their channel. I'm not telling anybody how to run their channel or what content to put. But I have a particular vision for my channel, and I might not put what other people want to see on my channel because I have a particular vision. I have to be able to say, okay, if I'm doing an event, can I go to any sponsor, Victoria Mutual, Grace, Lasco, whatever, and say, okay, I'm doing this thing called Jamfl. Can I sit comfortably knowing that they're going to go on my channel and look and see what content I'm putting out there? How I'm expressing myself. Sometimes I say something, I'm like, I wonder if I should say that, because I'm like, I might say something a bit too racist or too prejudiced. And at the back of my mind, sometimes I'm like, should I have said that? Things like, I remember once we had a debate on the channel about the Chinese people. And I was very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable, not because of what I was saying about the Chinese, but because of what other people were saying. And I'm like thinking, oh my God, I have Chinese students in my class. I have Chinese um, people who I work with. I have Chinese co-workers and colleagues. And I have influential people from the Chinese community who are in my working environment. And I am I don't know if they're watching my channel. So sometimes it might not come from you, but somebody else might say something on your channel and it puts you in a very uncomfortable position. Mystic says, yes, you have to vet persons when it comes to putting your name or reference behind someone. Yeah, vetting, it's important. And guys, especially on social media, the thing about social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, is that you can, as a matter of fact, anybody, I can get up today and go on somebody's profile from Brazil and do a screenshot with my phone, create a profile, put the person picture on it, and try and trick and convince people that I am that person. That is how easy it is to impersonate and steal somebody else's personality. I don't know how many times anybody have ever approached you guys on Facebook. Like a lot of these fake profiles, but they're coming with a picture of somebody you know, like a friend, and then they're coming and they're like, "Oh, are you? Do you do forex trading?" And you're like, "No, I've never done forex trading." And they're like, "Oh, you should try because I tried it." But you're thinking that it's somebody you know who is sending you these things, and it's not necessarily somebody you know. A lot of scammers, deceivers, people who, um, con people, con artists, thieves, they do that. They use social media and they do different things. You have girlfriend and boyfriend or ex-husband and ex-wife who take on another profile because they want to find out if the husband cheating or if the wife cheating. But they might create a fake profile and go do them investigation. You have people who create profiles because they want to go criticize somebody on Twitter and call them some names or racist names or settings to them. There is a lot of those things going on, and that is what social media and smartphone, it make it easy for anybody to um, be able to deceive easily. Welcome to you, woman of purpose. Woman of purpose entering, saying, "Hey, Mystic. Greetings to you, woman of purpose." I like that powerful name, woman of purpose. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Welcome. Um, it is so easy to scam people. It is so easy to deceive. It's so easy. I remember once I got this message on Instagram from a close friend of mine, on Facebook from a close friend of mine, and she was like, "Oh, um, Jamfl, what's up?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm okay. What about you?" And they're like, "Oh, I actually am on holidays here in, let's say it was Cuba. I'm on holidays in Cuba. I just lost my bank card. I lost everything. I don't have no money whatsoever, and I'm here stuck in Cuba." And then me, I'm thinking, "Oh my God, that is so horrible. Um, so what are you gonna do?" And they're like, "Well, I don't know. Maybe you could send me like about $50, $80 on Western Union or whatever." And to be honest, somebody who is not even thinking, because you're gonna be like, "Okay, well, normally she don't really ask me for money like that." So the fact that I'm getting this message from her and she's in a difficult situation, she's in Cuba, she has no money, I'm gonna send it. And you will send it and you will be scammed because it is not true. It's not her. It wasn't your friend. It's just somebody who takes her personality and contact you and say, it's them. Woman of Purpose is at work just supporting. Thank you. Appreciate that very much. So true. Social media is a fun and informative place, but very dangerous at the same time. It is very dangerous, mistake. Very dangerous. Missing my friend over here, my friend not have a penny in her name. And she dress up and take a nice picture and put it on Instagram. And anybody would be thinking, "Oh my God, she's in France, she's living up the life, she look good, whatever." She was struggling, she never have no food, she didn't have any money. But you're not seeing that um, part of the story. You're just thinking, "Oh, this person, Facebook pictures are hot, the Instagram pictures are hot." You know how much I have another friend now. When she do a picture and she put it up on Facebook, it's like she pushed the picture through the washing machine. She changed the light, she changed the fade, she changed the background, she changed the background, she changed everything. And you are looking on and you're thinking, "Wow, this person has got everything together," when the person is struggling just like you and struggling just like me. Internet, it's fake. It is fake. And you need to know what part of it you are going to embrace and what part of it you are not going to embrace. And I tell you something, we have to be careful of the image we're putting out there. As I said before, blessings, woman of purpose. Sassy J is in the house. Welcome, Sassy J. Sassy saying, hey, boo, Mystic, bless up. Hello, Sassy. Jolisa is here saying, hey, guys, greetings, etc. Social media is the land of imposters, says Sassy. Lashas Journey is also here. Welcome, my darling. Hello, family, she says. And Sassy greeting her neighbor, Jolisa. Yeah, so when I started YouTube, I decided that, you know what, this is my brand and certain content I'm just not interested in. Me not interested in me not interested in putting an image out there of me that is not. Me not interested in um, fitting into the crowd. I don't want to fit in the crowd. I'm different. I think differently. My emotions different. My attitude different. My way of thinking, my way of acting is a bit different. And I don't need to fit into the crowd. Me no need to be doing certain things that I think I'm not comfortable with. Okay? Like swearing. It's just not part of my upbringing. My father was a pastor. A pastor yard me grew up in. So me never grew up. I did not grow up cursing bad words. Me never grew up a cuss bad word. So even with my friends or whether it's the Jamaicans them over here or whatever, and everybody we are curse and whatever, me just not feel comfortable cussing bad words. I'm not gonna judge anybody who does it because sometimes I hear it and I'm like, it's funny, you know. Like when you don't when you haven't been to Jamaica in a long time and you just hear two bad words, it sort of make you um it sort of make you laugh, because it's just the way we express ourselves. Lascious Journey saying thank you. Mystic saying hello, Jolisa. Hello, Lascious from Mystic as well. Jolisa, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Woman of Purpose saying, not hearing, had to turn on. Hey, Lascious says, Woman of Purpose. And Royalty getting some love as well. Sassy says, yes, I decided to be my authentic self always. It is important. It is important. It might mean that you're not going to be with the popular people or the popular crowd, or you might not be getting the views that others are getting. But man, I don't believe in faking it till I make it. I I don't think I have to fake it till I make it. I am going to be my authentic self, trying to push positivity, trying to push a good image, and always thinking it's not that I'm living my life based on what people thinking, because that's the other extreme where you don't want to do nothing because you're so concerned with how people how people view you, you know? And that is the other extreme for people like me who grew up in the church where everything we have to be approved by the church sister. Then we can't wear jeans, we can't wear pants, we can't go to cinema, we can't cream here. That's the other extreme where you don't do things because you're so concerned about how people are gonna see you. But that is not what I am saying. I'm just saying that, man, can your boss watch your YouTube channel? Hey, Sassy says, woman of purpose, you have to be true to you and do what you believe in. The moment you try to be like someone else and get out of your comfort zone, then it's a recipe for failure. Exactly. That is so true, mister. It is so true. I mean, we're going to have doubts. We're going to have doubts about what we're doing. As I said, there is no business that is going to just take off and be a success. I don't even think Facebook was a success instantly. They started in a garage. That means that they were struggling and struggling through. And then, you know, you get a breakthrough. And as I said, YouTube, it is like um, it's like these it's like these businesses. It is a business. So you are going to struggle. And you are going to doubt yourself, and you are going to have highs, and you are going to have lows. When you're going to put out a video that gets 1,000 views, it's not going to make you feel good. You will feel good. You know, you have a live and you get 30 people watching, you're going to feel good. But you have to be prepared because the other side of the coin will happen where you put out a video and it's going to get 20 views. Yes. And you're going to do a live and you might be at 5 or 4 people watching you. What are you going to do? Go do something because, all right, you know? No, you keep doing what you're doing. You look at what you're not doing well. How do I perfect this? How do I improve this? How do I? There are many things we know that we need to improve. With our description box, we know we need to improve the description box. The quality of our thumbnail. Some people know we need to work on the quality of our thumbnail. The title, the grammar that we use, the choice of words that we use, the capitalization, punctuation, things like that. There are many things that we have to work on because it's a brand and it's a business. All right? And it's not going to necessarily happen overnight. Not saying it cannot, it can. And I think the good thing about it is that there is no formula. The very good thing about like YouTube and TikTok and social media is that there is no formula to say that okay, it's only the celebrities who are going to do well, or it's only the not here at work, so I have to turn on the device. Says one of purpose. That's fine. Lashes is agreed. There's no rule that says that only celebrities can do well on YouTube. There's no rule that says that TikTok is going to be dominated by artists or singers, etc. Anybody who is creative and have a go-get ability thing about them can succeed. But you have to work at it. You have to work on it. You have to push. Okay? But to thine own self be true. To thine own self be true. In order to succeed, you have to put in the work and try to be consistent and put out content with substance that can stand the span of time. Look at that mystic. Substance. Substance. Sometimes you will put out foolishness, you know. Like today, I'm just walking in Paris. I saw the pigeons just, and I just said, let me put it out. You know, let me just take a video of it. So it's not anything with substance, okay, but it's not anything that's going to deface my channel or degrade or devalue. You know, it's just okay. Some birds, it's a nice bird, but we have to put in the work. We have to put in the work like a proper job. We have to see this like a proper business idea. Business idea means just like in a restaurant, you ain't gonna serve the people food on a dirty plate. You're not going to serve food on a dirty plate if you're running a restaurant. Or I would like to think that you're not going to do that. So in the same way, you're not going to serve a video where it's going to be eaten or consumed like a dirty plate with food on it. Sassy J says, things take time. People will fall in love with you and your personality. Personality is like a pregnancy. You can't hide it forever. Eventually, the true, I love that. Eventually, the true you will show. So you just have to be the real you. Exactly. And people are asking, why am I talking about this? It's because I have got a number of people who are asking me, why am I not taking part in the challenges that are going on? And even though I watch the challenges and I find some of them fun, it's just not my content thing. It's not me. It's just not what I want to do. Simple. Just like pranks. I watch pranks. I will watch hours and end of people pranking other people. and just laugh because some of them are funny, some of them are creative, some of them are interesting. But me just personally, I'm not gonna do it because it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't give me appeal to me as part of my content. It doesn't appeal to me. Certain things might appeal to me, but it might be boring to others. Things like Jamaican heritage or history or quizzes or um, general knowledge. Those things appeal to me. Them something there, yes. If you have a like Mystic, Mystic has a spelling and quiz on her channel, me get a fix out of that. Especially if people are there who can challenge you and compete, not like a one-way thing, you know. Me love that. I would do that like all day, all night. We do that all day, all night. Sports discussion, politics discussion, political discussion, social issues, those things. I could talk politics from now to next week. Me love politics. French politics, British politics, USA, American politics, Jamaican politics. Sorry. Anything that says politics. Anything that I spend like hours and hours every day listening to political debates and like political programs and radio talk shows and stuff like that. Men don't really listen to music, but that's just me, you know. I when in the evenings when I lay down in my bed, me have to put like in France we have this thing which is like the political interview of the day. I'll put that and me lay down in my bed and I will listen to it. And if it finish, I'm gonna put Prime Minister's questions from the UK. And if that finish, I'm gonna put like some because it just that gives me a thrill. It gives me a fix. That is what gives me a high. You know, like when you have like U.S. presidential elections or British parliamentary election, man, those things give me a high. But some stuff like prank and challenges, I will watch it, but it don't give me a kick. You understand? Look at that famous YouTuber many years ago who pretended to be a vegan and was selling the vegan lifestyle to her followers and later was caught biting into a big beef burger. You see? Fake. Sassy says people turn, and then she could very well do a channel and push a vegan agenda without being vegan, but you can't. She could have said it, you know, because at the end of the day, honesty is still the best policy. People turned against her because they realized she was fake and was never a vegan, but did the videos because it was getting views. She came out and apologized, but they literally slaughtered her. There you go. Like Sassy J, I know Sassy J love fashion and lifestyle, and I Sassy J is the type of friends where me not really like go out in a shopping center with because she is going to see something in that store and she's gonna want to go. Then she's gonna see something in that store and me not like that none at all. I don't like that none at all. But I will respect the people who do it. You know, like Carlene is like that as well. We just have we supposed to go somewhere. Let's say we're going to church. And Carlene see one store and see one nice uh, dress in it. And Carlene is like, Eddie, hold on the Eddie, let me go look for the dress here. And I'm like, okay, but it it a kill me though because I am like, oh my god, I hate that so much. I don't like it. But women love that sort of thing. Women, man, Sassy's laughing. Women like that sort of thing, fashion, and then we're gonna go to the perfume store and they're gonna smell every single perfume and give you the history lesson on who created this perfume when and you understand? So that's her thing and it gives her a kick. And I know that if I go on her channel, I'm going to see a bit of that. Because that is where she gets her kick. You understand? But if I know that's not my thing, how me I gonna go to fashion hall? And I don't know anything about fashion. How am I gonna do talk about perfume or you understand? And it's just the same thing, just like certain type of discussion. Like some people might like farming in the city with Stacy and Rambo hands and stuff. And they love flowers and green stuff and they'll put out all these plants and all these stuff. And I'm like, well, it look nice, but me don't know nothing about planting and plants. That doesn't give me a kick. It does nothing for me, you understand? But I do respect that the content that they have. Sashi says, I love fashion, but I don't always like shopping. I just love looking good. That's good, Sassy. I know I need somebody in my life to up my fashion skills a bit. I know that. The perfume, that is me. Cut fast, cut fast that, says Sassy. Yeah, but I mean, to thine own self be true. To thine own self be true. And you don't have to fake it until you make it. You can be true, you can be consistent, you can focus on you, do you. Like me, I'm I'm probably bipolar. I'm probably bipolar. Like when I'm at school and I'm eating my lunch, I lock up in my office and I eat by myself. Me not necessarily like people like even though I'm a people person, I don't like people in my private space, like in my office. They come and if they come and they asking questions and so fine, but like to come and sit down and eat with me or I don't like that. Like my students, them would come and the whole of them are sit down in at the front row, and I'm like, can't you guys just go back? Me not like people close to me. I don't like it, man. Worse when they're coughing and stuff. I go paranoid. Worse if them touch me. Jesus Christ. I don't like people touching me. Like when I'm in the taxi in Jamaica. For me, that's a taxi in Jamaica, because I don't drive. So I have to take the public taxi. And I am trying to sit in a way where me not have to touch the person beside me. So sometimes I will be the one who sit out and and literally my head literally out the window because I just don't like people touching me or coming in my space. Like I'm in the cinema. The worst thing I can do is like when I go in the cinema and I find a seat round at the far back, just from nobody else, and the cinema empty, and people come in and they still have to find a way to either come sit down beside me or in front of me. That just gets to me. It's so annoying. I'm like, of all the places in the cinema, or the bus, or the train, these people just choose to come beside it. It's like they're violating me, man. They're violating my space. So I like people, but not in my little space. Like me, I'm on holidays. I can spend my holidays by myself, just listening to my politics, reading my news channels, and doing YouTube now. Now that YouTube has been added to the family. That's enough for me. I don't like having to have to go out and even though I do it, and enjoy it. Like if my friends they want to go to a restaurant and stuff, I will say no like 5 times before, but in the end when I do go, I enjoy people's company. Like if one of my friends will say, "Oh, let's go on somewhere on holiday," I might find a million excuses not to go. But when I do go, I do enjoy it. When I do spend time with people, I enjoy it. Because I think I'm a bit of a funny, comical person. And because of that, maybe people like to spend time with me. But I don't really, it's like an effort. It's like an effort to, like if somebody call me and say, let's go have a drink, it is the most difficult thing for me to accept. It is so hard. That's why like I'll go to Jamaica and I don't even see some of my friends because me just can't. I'm struck. Maybe I'm OCD or I have some bipolarism or something. I don't know what it is. Even though I love people, but not a crowd. I like people, but not a crowd. I don't like to be in a. I don't like attention like that. And Mystic says I'm like that at times, Jamfl. I need my private, quiet space, no disturbance. Exactly, that is it. It's just your quiet space. That's where you get. That's where I get to think and reason with myself. When I'm just like when I'm in Jamaica, I will spend hours in the orange tree, just sit down here, not do nothing. And that's just me. I'm just out there and just sitting down and just nothing to do, no care in the world, and I'm good with that. But like if people are like, oh, let's go to Duns River, I will go, but it sometimes it's very difficult to get me to say yes. That is it. My friends know that now, so they're not really invite me anywhere anymore, which is sad. Which is sad because sometimes I'm looking on some people's Instagram story and message to the whole group meetup, and I'm the only one who wasn't invited because they know I'm going to say no. So I need to make an effort though, especially when it's like I think I was talking to somebody else and they were saying that maybe it's a form of depression, where because you're in a foreign country and you're actually going through a type of depression where you sort of cut out the outside world and you might not you don't find the joy in sharing and spending time with the outside world, and that's a form of depression. And I think I could see that it's almost like you're trying to preserve yourself and your pocketbook as well. I think when I came to France, I was traumatized because they were like, "Oh, can we go get a coffee every minute?" And I would accept. So I would be going for a coffee every day, and then when my money finish at the end of the week, because you realize that one coffee, which by the way, a coffee in France is like about €3 or €4, but one coffee plus a drink might be $10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. After a while, you realize it actually adds up, and you're like, "Oh, where's my money going?" And it's like disappearing. So maybe I'm a bit of a cheapskate, yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for taking royalty to the 1,000 count. I think royalty definitely deserves it because she is very supportive. Huh? Very supportive. She goes as far as even trying to start the Jamaican patrol. That's that's what she does. She tries to even um, talk like us. So you have to salute her, and she's one of those who has been on the tube for a while as well. So I don't know. I'm just always happy to see people go over the thousand. I'm always happy to see people go over the thousand because I know it's not easy, and I know it's not easy to always be motivated because even me, and a lot of people say that a lot of things that they learn on YouTube they learn from me. So because I'm one of the fathers, and even me lose my motivation at times. Even me, a lot of times I will have a live setup, and then the live come and me say, all right, let me change it to an hour later, and then I might change the time, and then I just cancel it because I don't feel the motivation. You understand? Like it does take out effort out of you. It requires effort. It requires commitment. It requires dedication. Somebody like and consistency as well. Like Mystic is always going to put out our Friday event. It might change the time that it starts, but you can know that you look. Sometimes you look for Mystic tired, but she has a commitment to her channel and her brand in that she needs to be there. She needs to be there because if she's not there, she's damaging her brand. And people are looking forward to it. So, she has to turn up. So a lot of us, we have to try to do that as well. We have to try to um, respect our brand a little bit more. Yes. Respect our image a little bit more. Respect our dreams a little bit more, guys. You know, and put out a little bit more effort, a little bit more work, a little bit more grind, a little bit more sweat. Sometimes you look at people like Elaine, Elaine Thompson and those people. And sometimes we will cuss them, say them worthless. Like people will say aside for Paul worthless and Johan Blake worthless and blah blah blah. But then I remember when I was young, and I was on the track team, and there was only two of us as boys who were on the track team at the time. Because it was Manchester High School, and at the time we were winning girls' champs. So, all the excitement was around the girls' program. There was only two boys of us. And I remember, like, when like the other boy wasn't there, and me one and all of these girls there. And because the other guy not come, it like it makes you even so much more tired. Like you're running and like a typical training would be like running around the field, which is like about 400 meters. So you're running around the field like about 10 times every day. And you're tired and you are sweat and you're thirsty and you ain't getting no free drinks or water or nothing. And you run. You just a run round the field. And when you run about 10 times, and that is like warm up, and then you start doing the drills and stuff. It is not exciting. It is the most boring, tedious, hard work, monotonous thing that you can ever do. So the only glory that these athletes really get, is when they win like the competition. But on a daily basis, when they have to run and train, it is not glorious at all. It is not a good, it's not exciting. It is not exciting because they're not running races for training. They are pushing weight or they have to do push ups or they have to do drill. And when you're doing a drill, it's like you're doing the same thing like for about 50 times. You just run 30 meters, then you stop, you walk back down, you run 30 meters, you stop, you go. Nothing exciting about training for track and field. But when sports day come and you win, then you start to feel like a celebrity and a star and like you have it all made and that time. But the drilling, the practice, the how to get there, my friends, it is not easy. So YT is the same thing. And anything we do in life, it's the same thing. Like I do some events here in Paris, and sometimes I'm frustrated because the event is not up to the par that I would like it to reflect, which is creativity or like the wow factor is not there, and you just not feel happy with what you are producing. You know, Mystic says success requires hard work and dedication. The journey is always difficult and the road never straight. It's always meandering. And that is so true. In anything, Mystic, in anything. Like, um, even in teaching. Because I will sit down and watch my students sometimes argue, And like some of the old students, they'll come and they're like, "Oh, you have Jamfl as your teacher. Oh, he's the best teacher." And some of the other ones are like, "What? Really? No." So like I look on like it's a funny discussion and stuff. But then deep down, I do know that even like something like teaching, you're not always on top of the ball. There are times when you're full of energy and you're pumping and you're dynamic and you put on a show in the classroom and everybody laugh and they're learning, and there are other times when you're tired, you're not motivated, you don't correct the books on time or quickly enough. You sit down in your seat and teach the lesson as opposed to standing and burning with energy and stuff. So even in my daily job, I see the hill and gully up and down thing where sometimes I know I'm not good enough. You know, sometimes when you finish, like teaching a lesson, you know you were like a boss because you did so well. But there are other times when you know that you didn't do well. You know, but at least you have the ability to analyze yourself, judge yourself, grade yourself, and you know you can improve. Always evaluate yourself. Always do your self evaluation. So let me take off that off the screen. So as Mystic says, it's a lot of meandering. It's a lot of potholes that you're going to have to go in anything. A lot of up and down, but we shall not be deterred, and we shall not um, allow ourselves to lose focus on what we want to do and where we want to go. I can tell you that um, personally, as I say, you have to have the ability to analyze yourself and to grade yourself, guys. Anna K in the house said, "Hello, Jamfl. Greetings to you, Anna K. How are you? How are you? How are you?" Anna K. Anna, me see you and your little one putting in the work. I hope when you want to time, you have to go get a nice little cut. You're going to have to give your child a nice cut because anything else that may see her in the background, I work too. Anyway, greetings to you, Anna K. I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling. Make a love shout out, everyone, from Anna. Yes, we shall stand resolute, keep focus, and pressing on. Yes, we shall press towards the prize, the higher calling, they say. I'm stressed. Why are you stressed, Anarchy? Let's check your channel and see what's going on. What is stressing you? Oh wow. But you're almost there, Anake. You're almost there. 961. I mean, if you have your well, are you losing? Blessed Steel says Mystic. First pay is her, says Anake. Yeah, man. Why you gonna kill me off? That's what I was saying. Actually, that you have to be consistent with YT because if you ever start make any form of inconsistency creep in, then it's like you're pushing a barrel uphill. I don't know if town people know about hill, but in the country sometimes we have to carry mall, our stone, our water, and we have to put in our barrel, and then we have to push it up the hill. And sometimes you have stone will block the way. Sometimes you have bush will block the way, and sometimes the barrel just roll right back down with all of the stuff in there, and there is nothing you can do when it come back down that hill. So I have the owl set, and okay, it's the banana mash meal. Well, you're almost there. You're 961, so that's not too bad. Maybe we can do a marathon this weekend and get those people who are close over. But like Saturday, we're gonna try and call CDE and do like a sort of marathon to get those who are close. Because I'm seeing now a lot of people close to the finish line over 900, which is good. But one thing with YT, they are going to take back bananas. That is a YT policy that I don't see anywhere else. But um, you can you can Mystic says my parakeets have been extra noisy this morning. I kept wondering why and just realized I haven't feed them yet. My name blocked the road for you, Mystic. My boss used to have two, and she had to cover the cage in the daytime to make them think at night to get them to be quiet. Like they can make so much noise. Yeah, Anna, but don't. I mean, you're close to the finishing line, so I mean, just continue pressing. You're doing very well. You're doing very well. I actually admire you, Anna, because a lot of people have come and gone, and you're just at it, and you stick with it, and you're consistent about it. So I'm actually proud of you. Very proud of you and what you have accomplished so far. So you're not. We could probably predict it. Let's put a prediction by this time next week. By this time next week, you will be in the promised land. I have until May 3rd. Really? Oh, all right. So we definitely have to do a marathon then. Mystic says she has six of them. They're gonna revolt. It's gonna be a revolution. Well, I'm gonna feed them Mystic. I mind them deaf you because they can be very low. Anna, we're gonna have to do a May 3rd. May 3rd. That's what? Tuesday? When is May 3rd? Talk about in the nick of time. May 3rd is Tuesday, Anna. Alright, so what I'm going to do, because I'll actually probably stick around for another hour or half an hour. So I'm going to change the pin link to yours, Anna. Um, Take one of your short videos. But you will get there, man. I have no doubt about that whatsoever. By May 3, and you don't want to get to May 3rd and not get there because, trust me, they will start to fall off, especially the hours, and that is the worst part about it. So royalty just got to 1,000, Anna. We had royalty up earlier and she got to 1,000. So we're gonna put yours up. I'm gonna bring you up on the social media. But you have done very well. I'll just start attacking me now. I wanna go back to my country now. I wanna go home. Alright, here we go. Alright, so let's see what this is saying. Alright, this is saying 961. 961. So that's where Anna is, guys. So 961, Anna needs support because she has another 5 days to go. Thank you, dear. Anna is doing a phenomenal job. Since Mystic, I'm in the US there working. I only get Monday and Tuesday off. I'm actually at work right now. Well, good luck, good luck. Monday and Tuesday. I'll check in a little bit if you have my extra three. If not, I'll definitely give them to you, says Mystic. And Anna saying thank you. Anna K, have you been to Sullivan, USA? Lives on Friday and Saturday night. Can get a lot from there. You're welcome, Anna K. I go there but haven't been successful. But yes, that's the thing sometimes, sometimes they do um, fall off, unfortunately. Sometimes them drop off and you just have to keep knocking, I suppose. Um, so 961, that's what Anna K has. We're gonna try to take her um, up to the 1,000. All right, so royalty was pushed over the line. We hope that they will stick and not fall off because we know that when you get close to the objective, sometimes they tend to fall off. But we're gonna hope that they stick and see what goes on. So yeah, we were talking about being consistent, and Anna's just got one there. We're talking about being consistent, which is probably the most powerful weapon, and procrastination is the most powerful anti-weapon then to keep you down. Anything that's called procrastination, putting off to tomorrow, something that you can do today. Let me tell you what procrastination is. Like when I was in Jamaica, did a video and decided I'm gonna edit the video. Yes? And me start edit the video, work on the video. Didn't really like how the video looked. And I was like, okay, I'll fix the video tomorrow. I'll fix the video. And each day I kept on saying I was going to fix the video until me come back from Jamaica how much months now, and eventually end up changing my phone and losing the video. And it was a very good video, you know? So that is what procrastination does. If I just go through, use 5 minutes or 10 minutes and just get the video done, I would have been able to put up my video, you know. Another thing, same Jamaican trip, did a video and had it on my phone, on my I did it on my camera. Yes, do the video on my camera and decide that um, I was going to extract the videos and put it on my computer at a later date. May God, let me go on the camera, go look at the video. Nice video, When we go up on the camera, I don't know what I pressed, but I deleted the video. The only part of the video I want is the part I deleted. And if I had done it right away without putting it off, I would have been able to get my video done. So procrastination is terrible. Procrastination is a terrible thing when it comes to not um, doing what you're supposed to do. So, so you have to make sure so when you have something, you stop procrastinating and just go and do it. Trev Essence is in the house saying hello, family. Anake says this happened to me since I got here, but it's because I get home late sometimes. Says Anake. Trev says, are you still procrastinating? Trev, a leopard never changes his spots. That's what they say. But man, sometimes you have to force it through. Sometimes you have to force it through and be like, you know what? I need to get this done. I'm going to do it tonight. Right? Me sit down already and have like I did an event and at the end of the event me say me I go, you have to wash up the pot there. And me put on the pot and say me I go wash the pot tomorrow. And it's like the pot cover and me no remember not more of the pot. And the next time when me open the pot, a pure cotton me find another pot. Pure cotton. Because I did not wash that pot immediately. Right? So sometimes procrastination, man, it's terrible. So me have to just say to people, do what Nike say. What does Nike say? Nike says just do it. Nike says just whatever you have to do, just do it. Because remember one time me buy one Christmas present. I'm if you wrap the Christmas present, yes? Before I wrap the Christmas present, I'm going to put it off tomorrow. About 10 Christmas past now, I know the person that get the Christmas gift. I know the person who'll get the Christmas gift. Sorry about that. Anna K says Mystic. Hey Trev from Mystic, and Trev says, me don't know why I'm stuck in a slavery mode. Like me need somebody to beat me. But talking about slavery, I was watching the news and well, I don't know how me feel about this or something like that, man. Because I don't know when we think about Jamaica sometimes. I was watching the news, I was watching the students at KC and the principal lock out the student. As a matter of fact, there was an old video of this Casey student, and he had a razor blade in his hand. I dig off him here, saying that he's shaving himself because the principal was going to suspend. Or I don't know if it's the principal, but the name him called. So the teacher or principal or whoever it was going to suspend him because of his hair. And then another story, and that was a Casey student. It was on YouTube. It's a video of this boy. I dig off him ear and I try to shave him ear because apparently it was too high, and the principal wasn't going to allow him in. And then this week now, I'm watching the news and I'm seeing where Casey lock out whole heap of the students because of them here. Me don't know how me feel about this because I am thinking, say, like on my head, you know, this is my hair at the moment, it needs for trim. But me not have no money for go no barber. Yes? So should I be penalized? Should these kids be penalized by not having a proper smooth and nice haircut because them either grow out? Remember sometimes I used to go to school, I did not have no money for go no barber. Enough time remember my mother used to trim me with scissors. I used to be so embarrassed. I used to hate it because for some reason, line up properly and stuff. And when you go to school, people are asking, who trim you and stuff. My mother sometimes she used to trim me with scissors. I never like it. I used to like to have my money. I used to like to have my money for that barber. So these kids at KC, these boys, and trust me, God knows that me not defend unruly boy because some of them is true. Some of them dress like them a gangster. Some of them pants they are them knee, right? And that is just one thing me never that is one talent me never get, how to wear your pants at your knee. Cause me can't hold it up. I don't know how them hold it up. Sometimes we just can't get going. Well, Trev, you have to use the good old water and throw some water upon your head. Them get on my nerves, stopping the children's education because they think the children should trim their hair. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, fine. If them pants is not in an orderly fashion way, them pants not upon them waist, me can understand, say, okay, you might want to put some discipline in. But a lot of those picnic, and I, and I said, them a be man. Me don't know, but them wear them pants and them knee, and sometimes they not drop down, it not go beyond where them put it. These kids should not be penalized. It's not them here learning. As long as it is neatly combed, it should not be an issue. That's what I'm saying, because in a France, yeah, nobody couldn't go tell nobody to cut them here or do anything like that. Or in any developed country. And as Mystic is saying, sometimes we are still in the slavery mentality. And if we treat these boys like dogs, they might go bite. If we treat them like mongrel and dog, they will eventually bark and bite. And I think that's what's happening a lot in the society. A lot of things we do at Jamaica are foolishness. Foolishness. What we used to do at school, or what them used to tell we at school, so we can't do. No, I mean, okay, red nail clip, not nail clip, red nail polish, and those stuff, I can see, okay, fine, you don't want them. Or some of the flamboyant, like dye, where we see some of the girls, them have like the red head and the blue hair and the gold hair. I could see where I could have a problem with that. But I don't think it's the kids. I don't think it's the kids who we should be targeting. Because if a child is leaving his home to go to school in the morning, that child is under the guardianship of some adult. So if the picnic come at school and you think that the hair is not what it should be, or the pants or the uniform, etc., is not what it should be, you call the guardian. You call the parents, and that's what we need Jamaica to start doing. Get the parents to be parents again. You understand? Get parents to be parents again. And nobody can talk about no, oh, them in society, they are not even the parents can't talk to them. Me go Jamaica with you. I went to Jamaica in December 2021. And my mother looked me in the eye, me Jamfl. Look how me grey, look how me a turn white man. Yes? And my mother looked me in my eye and tell me, say, me nah go town. Me say, mommy, me I go Kingston. She said, you nah go no Kingston, you nah go no town. I mean, I look for my mother, and I said to her, but mommy, you forgot how old me be? And she repeated, she said, you're not going to Kingston. And as big and bad as me love Huff and Puff, me never go. Because she is still, even though me a horse steering man, she's still calling the shots as the parent. And me couldn't back answer her talk back to her tell her bad word or because she would have just box me. Because she is still the parent. So if the school has any issue with how the kids look, them need to talk to the parents. Have a discussion with the parents. Why is your child's hair? And as a matter of fact, me not think nothing wrong with black hair. If we want to make it grow or turn it in a rasta or whatever, I don't see no problem with it whatsoever. The way them teach me to be embarrassed with our hair. We are the only race, black people, we're the only race we're embarrassed about our hair. Well, if like this here is seen as not good or bushy or whatever, every other race wear them hair long. Every other race man wear them hair above 3 inch. So what is wrong with black people? Why should we constantly be slaves to our own thoughts? You know, these kids should not be penalized. It's not them here learning. As long as it is neatly combed, it should not be an issue. Exactly. And having them out there for hours, so when the poor little picking in them look like them hungry, right? And you are going to penalize them and not allow them in the school because they're here. May have a problem with that. I am sorry. Shame on Kingston College. Big old institution like KC, they should be ashamed of themselves. And as I said, I am not defending indiscipline and I'm not defending not being groomed. Because me know some people used to come to my school who were not well groomed, but a lot of them, it was just poverty. It was just poverty. And we need to stop, punish, and penalize our people because of poverty. Good God, remember me couldn't even afford common entrance. Me don't know how me pass common entrance, you know. I passed common entrance on my ability because I was a bright student. But me used to go common entrance class. I was like the brightest person in the school, right? And when me go common entrance class now, in the morning, because at the time, common entrance class used to be before school starts. So you have to go to school early and whatever. When me go common entrance class, every Monday now, the teacher call out the name of every beginning. Yes? And if you know, pay the common entrance fee, she gonna call you out and you're gonna say, she's gonna say, where's the money? And you have to go make up some lie and say, Mommy said tomorrow, miss. When nothing no go so. And everybody will look on you because you can't pay the common entrance. Imagine the torture and abuse when me go through psychologically. When maybe I would have got a government scholarship, but because the embarrassment of poverty and the fact that this teacher is embarrassing me in front of everybody, me not go to the class. Me not go to the common entrance class. So every morning when me go at school early, me go play marble or gig or stucky or something with the dunce picnic name. Because you know in them the time the dunce picnic can go common entrance class. So I went and played with them because me never have the money. Poverty meant that I did not have the money to go to the common entrance class and pay for it. And I was being embarrassed. So imagine now you are go school and you have no money to get a haircut. and you're not being allowed in the school. A lot of these here, it wasn't no fashion nothing. If you go on the Gleaners Instagram, the pictures they are not no hairstyle with elaborate. I mean, there's no boy did with no long hair or no plait up head or nothing. It was just the fact that their hair was a little bit like mine at the moment, a little bit push on. Trez says, um, and okay, let's see how I can help you get closer to the promised land today. Thank you for that, Trev. Exactly, Mystic. Anna says, even in China, I read an article that was saying that the girls should stop wearing ponytail because it attracts men in a sexual way. Now, that isn't that crazy? All them something here, we're backward. We still a think backward. We still a think backward. No fight church, them in Jamaica still backward. I tell it, woman, them what them can do and what them can't do and what them can wear and what them can wear. Come on. Come on, guys. It's clear in the Bible. Okay, fine. So you don't expect say you're gonna wear stuff that reveal your curvatures too much. But we have to emancipate ourselves out of this thing where we are ashamed of how we look as black people. We shame of how we look. We shame our head. We shame our hair. We shame come on. We shame if somebody too black. A problem. Got it? Remember, oh, good God, poverty. Poverty is an evil thing. Remember, two boys used to live in our district, and they were poor. We made it poor, but people did even poor. That is the reality of Jamaica at the time. And now me, I look back, and this family, they were just black. When we say black, they were black. But that type of blackness is, in my opinion, is a superior type of blackness because for them black, them not get bumps. Them face not get blacked and stuff because the blackness just shine and is smooth. But because they were poor, they were like the object of every laughter, every joke in the community. Everybody criticized that their family, they cuss them when they see the two black, the whole of we, a tenement yard we live in, and the whole of we would just come around and like we would do there. And everybody start cuss them and tell them to go, move for your man, look how the black and ugly and something. And now I look back at those things and I'm like, but what have become of those boys today? If they're in a prison or turn criminal, there's nothing that we could do or say because we cultivate it. We cultivate a culture where we treat them like criminals, we treat them like animals. So when them start bark and go on like animals, there's nothing, we don't have no argument. Sometimes the parents will disrespect you too. So sometimes you have to mind your business. Well, that is true. I mean, disciplining children is not the same like once upon a time. You know? Me see some little beanie bikini we can't even them yeah they are me knee and them a chuck badness and cuss bad word and say who they will kill and whatever. So I do understand that society and values have been broken down and it's not what it used to be. But I think that a lot of these things we can weed out of the society. We have damaged the boy picking in them. We have damaged them. We not treat them. Let them have no emotions or no self-esteem. We bring them up so that them not respect nothing. Them not have no heart or emotions, as I said, towards anybody or anything. So if them somebody are dead, it no mean nothing to them. If somebody gets stabbed up 20 times, then probably will cheer on, as opposed to it shocking their something, because we treat them bad. Mystic says society is so lost. Yesterday we had an ethical issue at work. 13-year-old boy came in semi-conscious, was in his home basement with friends that came over. Mom brought him into hospital. Mom requests a toxology scene screen, sorry, which came back positive for all illicit drugs that is tested for. Dilemma created as to whether or not doctor can tell his parents because it can be a legal issue for the doctor. There you go. It can be a legal issue for the doctor disclosing the information to the parents. Yeah, because just like in France, your medical condition is supposed to be kept secret. As the doctor can be disciplined if the child don't give her permission to let the parents know. No, this is a potential problem for him to get caught up in drug abuse. Sorry, drug abuse. If the parents don't intervene, he's still a child under parental care, and there is potential for long-term problem, and you cannot inform the parents. Society is far gone. There you go. Yes. Mystic goes on to say, from a legal point of view, it is Trev, as the doctor could be taken to court by the child as well as she could face disciplinary actions from her professional regulatory body. And let's see what Trev had said. Um, Trev says, really, Mystic? It's a child, so the parents need to know. No dilemma if you ask me. No, no, Trev. Is that a state law? I think the same law it exists in France. You cannot disclose at, any medical condition of a child. As a matter of fact, here, if even if a child has a headache, you cannot administer any form of drugs or medicine or pills to the child. You understand? Um, there are times when we will go on like a school trip for a week, and one of the kids might have diarrhea or might have a headache, or even, even if they even cut themselves, you can only put an ice pack on it. We're not allowed to do nothing anymore. And if, for example, you're a teacher and you suspect that a child might be abused at home, you can't just go say yes, no, and the doctor can't just go say yes, the child is being abused or whatever. It is very complicated. These laws and stuff today, it's a lot more complicated than we used to know it back then. Partly because everybody has a right nowadays and stuff, but a lot of them it's also to protect the children's rights and stuff like that. So, yeah, if you're picking your dead, there's nothing we can do apart from tell them to rest until them parents come. So, I mean, but Mystic, this child is probably doing it at home, I think you've mentioned. Yes? Which means that they must be comfortable enough to be able to bring illicit drugs into their own home. Because me know say the parents I had back in the day, I know for example, I could not bring home a pack of domino or a pack of card pack or any such thing. Because me know say that the tolerance level for something as simple as marble or domino, my parents did not have it. That was the standard that I grew up in. Was it outrageous and excessive? Probably. But at least I knew the boundaries when we could have crossed, and I know the boundaries then when we couldn't cross. You understand? Not even today me couldn't think about carrying piece of ganja spliff in my mother yard. It could not happen. Not even today. You understand? And as me say, I have been living in France for over, well, this is my 20th year. 20 years now, me I live in France. So you know, I'll say a long time I left my parents' home. Because I did 3 years at you. They can say I left my mother's house 23 years ago. And even today, I could not dare, I would not dare go in at the woman house with a piece of ganja at my age. And a matter of fact, I never know if I could have carried one red stripe beer. She might tolerate the red stripe beer, but but we used to have parents back in the day, who would run them own a household. We don't have parents again. Mystic is saying it is federal law here in Canada. I could not believe it. The amount of calls we had to make to get the right advice as to how to proceed. She did call the parents, but then they stated he confessed. Yeah, you have to. The only way you could do something like that in France is to encourage the child that they should tell the parents. That's the only, just like in Canada. And at the same type of people, they make the law anyway. Because say half of Canada is French. So, um, yeah, it's the same way it's done here. The exact same way. You understand? So, within a society, society not really help we again to discipline, but at the same time, the ones who are trying are being punished because of poverty. When we used to see, I mean, I would have, I could have gone very far in life. And you hear me talk, so I did have little education. No. But I could have gone so far in life. I remember when I was at Manchester School and the students were doing the AFS program, which was like a program to apply for American universities and stuff, right? I mean, I had the grades. At the time, I had the grades and I had the brain. We could have get a scholarship because you work, and plus I was a sort of an athlete. We could have did run, so we could have did get a scholarship. But I did not have the money to pay for the application. I didn't have the money to pay for the application form. All right, and I asked my mother, she never have it. My father never have it. And because of what I'm going to say, poverty, because of poverty, me not gonna do no big studies where probably I could have gone to the US and been, I don't know, anything. But the point I'm trying to make is that poverty, it punish women. It's a serious thing. This thing called poverty is a serious thing. You got when you're at school, when they might choose prefect or head boy or stuff, you're almost guaranteed to the one will look poor, he might end up with a deputy, but they ain't gonna get head boy or stuff. You understand? When I was back in Jamaica about 2 weeks ago, I remember I said a curse word, did not realize my mom was standing behind me, and I swear I picked up about 2 bucks. I was so surprised I peed myself, says Anarchy. Yeah, man, those parents, they had the standards. They had the standards, and enough of it would have did the very a lot better. A lot of us would have done so well if we did have little money. No far we would have gone university. I mean, I did go university, but no, 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 no. No far we could have gone, would have gone to university, could have been at work on radio, could have been engineer or lawyer, doctor, whatever. We could have done it if we didn't have that poverty thing on us where we couldn't do certain amount of subject because even CXC when computer was just coming in, I was doing computer science for CXC. But here what? The school had mostly two computers at the time. School had two computers and it was about 20 odd students. I shared the two computers. So when you figure when we were supposed to do SBA, computer SBA, me not have no access to the computer to do my SBA because everybody just have give their friend and their friend and give their friend also. So I didn't even do the CXC because of that, even though I was the best computer student in the class. Can you imagine if I had done CXC, and this was 1999. You know. Imagine if me did do this computer CXC in 1999. Then time the computer, nobody even know what a computer is more than so. Imagine where I probably would have been today. But because of poverty, we not achieve a lot of our what could have been our dreams. Because of poverty, we not achieve a lot of our potential. That thing called poverty. So when we see them little boys yeah, lock out a KC because of them here, I mean know say enough of them trim them here because they don't have the money, it affects me. It make me feel me not, I'm not pleased about it at all. Me not pleased about it whatsoever. I think KC can go on better than that. Mystic says society is so indisciplined these days, anarchy. Later that night, I reminded her at 22 years old, and she said, "You all if they're 100, don't curse me here before she chopped me up in my face." Some parents are still parents, some of them lose their way. That is so true, anarchy, so true, Mystic. And Anna says, Mom said she could never wear that in front of her mom or behind, so don't think I'll be able to get away with it. Yeah, couldn't do it even now, you know. But I mean, I'm definitely going to run. I might write up the newspaper about this because I'm that passionate about it. I don't think people should be punished because of poverty or because they not have it. I'm not pleased with KC for that. Anyway, guys, I I'm gonna stop rant now. But trust me, poverty take away a lot of our dreams. Even enough marriages fail because of poverty. Because the wife probably go cost the husband saying no no ambition and stuff. Sometimes the man would have liked to carry home a little chocolate or a little, you know, when not have it, him don't have it. And Anna says, so true, Jamfl. I remember when I was in primary school, the head girl, she was next to white with straight hair, and the head boy was an American child that was transferred to the school 1 year. Yeah, you know, in my time as well, the head girl was fair skinned and did have some nice looking pencil case. The head boy was fair skinned as well and did have nice looking pencil case. And I mean, I guess at the time they spoke better, you know, because they have little money, so you know, for them go to private school and they might be able to express themselves a little better than you. But a lot of us, we did not fulfill our potential because we never had it. Whether it was a little, as me said, me couldn't afford common entrance class. I could not afford common entrance class. And because of that, me not go common entrance class. And me know that maybe if I went, because even the teacher, she said to me, Jamfet, um, you could have got a government scholarship if you were serious and if you did work hard enough. And that she tell me, you know, that if me did work hard enough, more than did get a government scholarship when the poor woman don't know say. No time me there at school, me not even have lunch. You understand? And I can, didn't even know how to speak Creole at all. And I'm talking at a Jamaican school. There you go. In my high school, everyone was dark, says Trev. Maybe that was more bush, Trev. You know, actually, they tell me say, when my high school did start, no black people couldn't go over there. And it's Manchester High School. And then say, once upon a time, no black people couldn't go to Manchester High. You had to have, you know, fair skin and that sort of thing, or money behind your name. I mean, we have come a far way, but we think we're not far away. No far away. Me couldn't even, I remember I was the best student in Spanish, right? In the first form because I had the Spanish textbook. Lo and behold, we got a second form. And in the second form, we never get the book to rent. And I had a copy of the book, but guess what? The book, when we did it start about page 48. interest a little more. But the Spanish book what me dey have, it start about page 48. So you know, so it's about chapter 6 now. So the whole of the chapter from chapter 1 to 6, me not have it. So remember saying me coming at the class as the best Spanish teacher, as the best Spanish student. So the first exam me do, me get the highest mark, which was like 91. And every exam I did after that, my grade was just going down and down and down. So till me end up get 43 for one Spanish exam. Where it shocked the whole class because they're like, no sir, 43? And you used to be like the best in the class? But none of them don't know so me never have the book. So all the teacher give me homework, all the teacher tell me if we go conjugate, whatever. And sitting, me can't do it, me can't do no exercise, me can't do nothing. Because the book I had start at chapter 6 or 7. The whole of the first part of the book. So by the time the Spanish class reach up to when me then at the book, where me the part of the book when me have, because trust me, I think that book must have gone through about 30 generations in the family. You know, so by the time it reach up to this, so me lose the whole of what me could have done in Spanish. So I was just trying to come back now. Mystic say you never have the book, then man, you had the cousin to the book. Exactly. So because of poverty, mistake, I was I left from being the best student to barely a catch because I think 40 was the pass mark at the time. So you know 43 you're barely a catch. And the teacher, remember one time one day the teacher in the class, you know, and she cussed me how me lazy and how me not have no, like she cussed me and say me lazy and me not interested in the class and whatever. The poor woman no know say poor me. I was doing my very best because me not have none of the page of the book. When me go to school, me you know you try friend up somebody and ask them if they do Spanish homework, and then you ask them, let me see Spanish homework, and you try copy the class what you can do before the class start. So you don't even know what you copy, you just a copy. If you say you do the homework also. But one little book, you know, one little book meant that and I succumb it's change over to French now because in French we had we second form it was the first year of French. So um you know so because we just learn French now, we not have no textbook. Anything we learn and we teacher write on the board. So my Spanish gone to naught, but my French turn up because we don't have no textbook for French. So as that was how comes now me end up even in a France. That was how I switched from being so good in Spanish to now not even being able to talk Spanish but with the French because the French teacher she was teaching from her head and stuff and she would have like photocopy all of the French stuff then because there wasn't any French book at the time. So now you know so my French hot. My French was hot. So by the time year three come now, third form, I'm very good in French, but Spanish me I struggle, so me just drop Spanish the year after that, you know, because of one book. Can you imagine? And it wasn't just Spanish, but because there were other books too where, you know, so you know, but like in a history, you can sort of follow the story then, Maroons or Christopher Columbus or whatever. You know, say maths, once the teacher got explain how the maths is done, you can follow. And some books we got on rental from the school. And then they will rent you like some books. So you get like the maths book, the English book also. And then the rest you have to buy it. Buy what? Buy what? How can you buy something what you can't afford? You, uh, if sometimes one book your mother manage you can buy because I three of it. So sometimes she would buy like a one book or a one dictionary, the orange dictionary that way. Hello, um Devini vlog. Devini vlog. Welcome. Devini is saying hello friend. Thank you so much for joining us, Devini. Uh one book um penalize you because you don't have it. So no, you will get a little dictionary. So you start studying little dictionary words and you sound like you're intelligent because you can use two big words. But that's because it's the only book you could get at the time from the list that you had to buy. So trust me, poverty is not easy. So when you are being um, ridiculed because of money, me get very upset with that. You know, remember me have ladder. And if you know anything about Lada, guys, Lada was like the worst shoes anybody could have ever. The only something that was a bit above Lada, below Lada, was the picture them who used to wear barefoot. Because some of them used to wear barefoot. So, me used to wear, I used to have like a normal shoes. But one year my mother decided to buy Lada. And trust me, me not on no chat, because me not go wear barefoot in the red dot. So me have to wear the ladder and the ladder. Me say me try and mash up the ladder so hard. When rain a fall, me put the ladder in the gutter because I was trying so hard to mash up that ladder shoes to get a new one. But could the ladder mash up? The ladder resists every attempt at me trying to mash it up. There's mystics say you could mash up the ladder. Yes, the only way me get them to change the ladder I become it starts, me foot grow and the ladder tight. So now so you have to get a new one. I wear some ladder for Jesus when the sun hot on the asphalt. Exactly. When the tar, the part of the tar will melt it hot so till it melt, and you have to walk on that with the ladder. Trust me, trust. But even though I was wearing the ladder, me still got school and me still try to focus on the part that I could do, and retain what me could have retained. But I know that me not achieve my full potential because of poverty. Me go to school one time me not have no pen and me ask some my rich picking them to borrow one pen and the whole of them say no. And I remember I was in civics class, and the civics class at the time was being taught by a dragon. The woman did scary, the woman was mean, the woman was horrible, the woman was no nonsense. She was a dragon. But I said, Jesus Christ, what me I go do? Me in the class, nobody now lend me no pen, nobody now lend me no pencil. And the woman I give us note and we need to write. What Jamfl do? Jamfl put the book on the table and take one of my hand like that, and then take the other hand and go on like jump it right. And I'm a fingernail, me I try see if me can pierce out the words them from the book. You understand? That is poverty when you go to school and you not even have a pencil or a pen. Because say, when you have a pencil, you already broke it in a two and sharpen it. Sometimes you sharpen it with knife. When everybody goes to school and somebody to pick them, they are the bin with the sharpener. And they're there with the sharpener, and then there's a sharpen for all 20 minutes, them a sharpen, and you just and I put the dust in the bin. And your little piece of pencil, it is straight because you have a knife you use to carve it out. Hey, that is poverty. Trev saying hello to Divine Vlog. Mr. says, Lada shoes name serve me long. Me to get one to all the back stretch and the shoes wouldn't mash up. Yeah, man. Just at the side of the ladder turn so, and my foot them I go so. Trev, Jamfl, alright with fingernail Trev. Fingernail, come in have no pen, I'm in have no pencil, and nobody in the class now lend me. No, they must have me a social care, so them now lend me. Because sometimes them could, when used to lend you sometimes them say they now lend me. And after that class, I said, Jesus Christ, me not have nothing to write with. And after that day, that was the last day I went to school and not happy. You know when I start though? And I think it was I heard one of the teachers say, to the amount of pens and pencils that they find after school every day in the class. It's amazing. So I said, oh, Life with Royalty Lifestyle is here. Saying hello everyone. Wagwan Jump Fed. Greetings, Royalty. Greetings. We had you pinned up earlier. Congrats on your 1K. I hope you won't have to try to get back there and that they will stick. But congrats on your 1K royalty. Well deserved. Good job. So now me hear the teacher say that. So guess what Jamfet start to do? Every day after school, me start from first farm, then me go second farm, then me go third farm, then me go and I go in at every classroom and every pen me see, me take it up. Every pencil me see, me take it up. And so till me start now, I lend others. I'm not lending others pen, not because I bought them, just because I hear the teacher give me the idea. And then me start walk from classroom to classroom every day. At the end of the school, me spend like about 20 minutes just to go through the classroom them and I pick up pen. Some of them not right, some of them soon done, some of them full, some of them new, all sort of pens I started to pick up. Trev says, Mister, when I tell my kids where I'm coming from, they look at me like I'm crazy. Yes, poverty, poverty. Some of us. How are you feeling today? Much better royalty, much better. Bless Jesus. I'm getting there. I am getting there, feeling so much better. Mystic says, blessings to your royalty. Royalty says, has mystic. Poverty, me not fulfill me. When everybody else going on school trip, I can't go on a school trip because my mother doesn't have it to give me. So if she even sometimes would find to take shame out of I and like then we get our money and then we pay for a school trip and so and we get to go. But those were more the exception as opposed to the rule, you know, because we have. I remember sometimes my father used to leave his work. Dad used to get paid on Tuesdays, right? Dad used to work at Alcan backside mining company. So you see, we were working class but poor. So he would get paid on a Tuesday. And then but the Tuesday morning now we leave and we go school and we just hope so by lunchtime or break time daddy will come and he will leave the money with um, one of the vendors. And I remember like it was yesterday. I remember one day I was so hungry, and it was lunchtime, and me look around, me not see my father, so I decided to go to the vendor, me and my sister. And I say, Miss Jean, Daddy come yet? And she said, no, nothing from your father. Me say, I don't know if it's the hunger, if it's the embarrassment, what it was. But me say my eye just well up with water immediately. Walking away, going back to the classroom, knowing that there is no lunch to be had because my father no come. Me no know what happened. Daddy know say we not no money. Daddy know say we not no lunch. And we come out lunchtime and nothing. I mean, I walk back to the classroom with water in my eye. But then we embarrassed because we can't go back to ask Miss G if daddy coming. So we have to just try to play near to when school over. No, when school over, we will walk with we friend them man and we will walk near to where Miss G herself and we will take with time and like we will go on like we need to tie with shoes lace. So sometimes me go on like me I tie my shoes lace. Not a shoes lace no one time, no. Me just want Miss G to see me and say, hey, your father come. I went to the time shoes lace and did it. I'm take my bag and like me I pack up my book them and organize them and my bag. All me did I wait for the woman see me. And then she would sometimes she would say I say, hey, come, your father left something for you. And then time they are glad, you know, because you bear the hunger all day. You bear the hunger. But then you were because you already asked and she said no. You're so embarrassed to ask again. But we just take with time pass her hope so she tell we say my sister she used to be brave sometimes. She used to just go to her and ask her same way. I was more the type where thought of embarrassed. Definitely more Jamaicans could be like you, then all the nation could have more unity. Can I tell you? So I was the embarrassed one, right? My sister would go 5 times a day and ask, Daddy come yet, Miss G? Daddy come yet? Daddy come yet? Not Jamfl. Jamfl will ask 1 time and that's it. But, you know, poverty, poverty, poverty. It can make you or it can break you. But at the end of the day, you know, we try to be true to ourselves and to the things that we learn and, you know, we maintain our values. Anyway, guys, I've been with you for 2 hours, so I am going to thank everybody who passed through. Thank you for the support that you gave to the pin the links, and we're going to be live again tomorrow because you know I have to try to rebuild my channel. It's a rebuilding exercise after a period of absence and illness and stuff. But we're back, and you know, it was a good live. Not a lot of people, but I enjoyed it. Royalty Trev, um, Mystic, all of you. I appreciate you all. So big up on yourself. KB, KB in the house saying I missed it. Oh my KB, we were talking about poverty just now. We're talking about those of us who went through some hard times back in the days in school, you know. But we survived. A lot of us miss a lot of opportunities, but um, Mystic says, I'm at work tomorrow morning. We'll try and pass through. No worries, Mystic. Mystic, please, may I beg you, start your life a little bit earlier. Start a little bit earlier, because sometimes me keep me not wake up and me sad when me miss the live. I actually look forward to that live so much because I laugh so much and I enjoy it so much. But me really sad when me miss it. Sometimes enough time me one day I watch it back over and me I say what me would have did say at that point and stuff. But I'm on holiday, so I think I can stay up. I can stay up a little later and make sure so I see the live. But make an effort, mistake. Start a little earlier, please. So KB, did you wear a lot of shoes? Do you even know what a lot of shoes is? Did you wear a lot of shoes back in the days? We were talking about how poor we were. Some of us we used to wear leather. And even though we were wearing ladder, there were others who were even poorer than we. Some people did even poorer than we. That's them. They were um, barefooted, you know. Jamfl, I soon come France. Oh, nice. Let me know. Let me know early. Royalty. Let me know early. But you know what, royalty? I was thinking, because I need to do my driving license. Work jam fair. We try to be early, but work is a factor of the time. I understand, and I know work is what beside it. Of course, I know what it is. Plastic shoes. Listen, in a lot of time, we never hear nothing about saving the planet. No, nobody was trying to save the planet at the time. Everybody was sporting that ladder. Trey says one came from foreign and have me a spiky ladder. But Trev, you don't know because we did um come from bush. One of my uncle come from foreign, right? And he gave us some goodies. And then the man go left the diving. You know the shoes them wear when them a dive, the long plastic something. But when you dive, him go leave it. It look like he planned to go to the beach and scuba dive or whatever. But anyway, him left them something there in a full little goodies. So me and my sister them we are say what kind of shoes them me and we don't know what kind of shoes. So we start wear it and we up and down, but it's not comfortable because as me say, it's them big and long and flat. So we are walk up and down and we in the red dot. And a Manchester we come from, so a pure red dot. Serious red dirt in man. And the things were so dirty. The diving shoes were so dirty. And then my uncle come back and say, he want them. Jesus Christ, we were so embarrassed because we have said, look how we dirty up the man diving something. We never know. We never know. As far as we're concerned, it was a type of shoes or whatever used to. Church says, me so glad for it. Me wear it to church and somebody tell me say that they bury dead people in yeah, that they bury dead people in the ladder with the spike heel. Me balls a tail. All things Anna's in the building, guys. All things Anna's in the building. Welcome, Anna. How are you? Anna says, here's Jamfl, Trev, and Mystic. KB says, Hushia, Trev. Me say one time me wear one shoes, go school, and it was a nice shoe at the time because it did sort of have little style on it. I wear the shoes until the whole of the shoes bottom lift off, and me put super glue, me use flour, me use everything that was at my disposal to try to glue up the shoes to wear on school. Me don't know how when I tell me I walk and sometimes you buck like it's like you buck your toe. So you walk and the whole of your foot to step on the dust and the gravel. You understand? But guess what? We never had no money to replace it. So I have to wear it. I had to wear that shoes right down to the last. The, me say, I had one little piece of thread that hold on the rest of the bottom of the shoes. And I said, what we talking about? We're talking about poverty, Anna. We talking about hard times that we went through. Anna says, hopefully I can come tomorrow as I'll be at work. Hopefully I'll get a break tomorrow. Royalty and Anna K getting blessings from all things Anna. Trev Essence is laughing at KD. Hello Anna. Hello Anna from Trev and Mystic. What's up guys? What we talking about? So serious poverty, Anna. So we just remembering those times, man, when we got school. One time, me never know say fish stink, in a public. So my mother fried the eel a yard now. But because me love eel, me put my eel in a one plastic something and carry go to school because me not have no money. So me can eat now and rice, gone to school now. Think say a hot lunch me have. When me up in the eel sitting, I'm here eat me eel, the whole class. I want gal. Me hear she ball out, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ! Lord God of heaven, what's the man so? So me know, me not expect say a the eel smell bad, you know. Cause me, as far as me concerned, me eat eel and me love eel. And she said, I want to eat fish. I want to eat fish. And she come and she looking at everybody sitting there. She said, Lord Jesus, are you want to eat fish? I want to eat. I eat you eat. Jesus Christ, how the smell stinks, sir. What? The whole class I look at me now, you know. And I am so embarrassed now. Me I feel like them sitting because everybody I say stink. So me I feel like the sitting and the, the lunch kit and go thief out of the classroom and go under one tree. But don't eat my lunch. Can you imagine? Royalty says poverty still exists, you know. It does. It does. But perhaps, perverse, then I know, or perhaps then I know it's different. I get maybe it's a different type of poverty. You know, there's poverty where you know have no option, and then there's the one where you it's what you choose to do with your money. I remember when I bought my toe one time, and all my granny could say is, "What a good thing you never have on your shoe." Can you imagine? I don't know that shoes. You don't know ladder? Listen, ladder was back in the day. It was plastic, and it looked like a peer hole in there, hole. Poverty then wasn't that expensive, but poverty now is putting you in debts and all these things, says Anna. But the thing is, we never used to that fussy, you know. We were not that fussy. We used to go to school and if we not have it, we just settle in one like a corner. Some enough time when me not have no lunch, me try if we go play football or play sports. And when people say, you eat lunch already? They say, no man, me not eat no lunch because you know me have play. But I know because they are play, because we never have the I did not have the choice at times. Oh my KP. Oh my god, what a piece of embarrassment. Embarrassment said that girl that day. I don't know. She clearly didn't want everybody to know some me I eat the eel. And then me did go fry some of eel skin, you know, because to me, I did normal food. Me never know say not everybody eat them someday. Trust me. Anna says we weren't fussy back then. It's true. We were fussy. We couldn't fussy and have no pride and something. You know? Remember sometime my mother buy some shoes and the shoes tight and they have to put the beer buckle in the shoes all night to try to stretch out the shoes because they ain't got no money to take back no shoes and maybe sometimes the PS say no exchange, no refund. And then push the beer buckle, the D&G buckle, then stretch it, go, then stretch it, come, then stretch it forward, then stretch it long way because your foot have to fit in other shoes. And we have to wear it. We have to wear it. When the ladder tight, we cut out the toe. Yes, or the side with the bumper, your foot there. We had, those were the days. The funny thing is, I didn't know I was poor until I went to high school. That is it, KB. Because that's why I say, me never know say certain things like no eat. I would have just go to school and just eat when me get. Me never know say fish not fit in a public and it stink and whatever. But when we got high school, and it's true when you say everybody with nice pencil case, blue pencil case and purple pencil case, I never own a pencil case throughout the whole of my high school. I did not own a single pencil case. That was it, you know. And sometimes you see some people with the big old pencil, some like super sized pencil them. Or sometimes them have the one them where you can press. I think one of my auntie did say one of that to me in a sixth farm. So you know how you feel like you reach because you are pushing the pencil case refill in the something now. So you feel like you're somebody, but listen man, we have to take that knife and sharpen that pencil. Enough time. We have to sharpen the pencil with a knife. And it ain't looking sexy. It look like crap too. But what were the choices? We don't have no choice. We never have no choice. Not to mention uniform. Oh my lord. You think a little time we have to wash me wash me khaki because me no know, I guess puberty. Puberty. So you know say one at a time me no know me used to just find some shirt and thing. The arm part then used to just smell bad. So every night now, me have to wash the one where no normally have a no 40% on it and throw it behind the fridge. Right? We had to dry our clothes behind the fridge. The socks, sometimes the socks, the tinky, so tail. Because rain will fall and it wet or whatever, and you have to wash the socks and throw it behind the fridge. Sometimes you don't remember to wash the socks, you know. And when you take it up the morning, the way the socks full of the thinking cheese, it cake up also. But when it's in the shoes, you're not smelling it. But once it come out, or once you reach over even time and take off the shoes, everybody around. That was um, that was some of the things that we used to go through. Trust me. But remember one morning, I don't know what is the fridge. Me don't know what is the fridge the night, you know. But the morning me get up, the shot no dry. The shot wet so till. I don't know if the fridge did plug out or conk out or defrost. I don't know what happened that night. But that shirt was as wet as when me put it up there. So when Jamfl offered them, I had to grab the iron. Me have to grab the iron, but me can't. My mother said me I do know because you can't base the iron like that. So I had to grab the iron and as night followed day, me take the iron and dry the shirt that morning. Figure out school. It took me about half an hour to dry that shirt. Yeah. Yes, dry our uniform behind the fridge, says KB. Yeah. Oh, it gone. Probably. Maybe I that to know. Because I'm like, why is it? Me say, when we talk about disappointment, because normally, say, all right, the shirt would dry, but the little edge might, or the collar might still wet. We said the shirt was as wet as ever. Man, we have to dry it with the iron. So me know such iron could have dry clothes. Who had washing machines and those things at the time? Nobody did have them or something. I must say one someone in the community we used to hear used to have them type of thing. And it was a politician. Everybody else would hand wash, would dry with sun or would dry with behind the fridge. Worst part about it now was when you get your Sunday dinner. You know say no matter how poor we be, we are getting rice and peas and chicken or pork or beef or son. So you know say if your mother say a soup, you know say something gone terrible wrong. And then the days me never used to eat like soup because me not drink, me not eat cocoa, me not eat dashi, me not eat that. And then my friend them now, me dey have one friend in who was in the same class as me from the community. He come over that Sunday day and we had drink soup for dinner. Gungo soup. Now you know say soup have a little bit of ranking in status in terms of poverty. You have like um chicken soup No, no, beef soup. I got there at the top. Then you have chicken soup. Then you have chicken foot soup. Then you will have like red pea soup, and then you have gungo soup at the last at the bottom of the poverty chain. And my mother decided to a gungo soup share to cook that Sunday, and the whole of my friend them did it. Can you imagine how embarrassed I was? I decided, I mean, nah, it no soup. Not the other. I decided, I mean, nah, it no soup, you know. And I did not eat no. Me never eat no soup until everybody got there. Yeah. Me throat lick like the soup. Cause me just never like gungo soup. Probably because it was mostly for poor people. But I didn't like gungo soup. And the one day my mother decided to cook soup was the Sunday. And the one day when my friends them there at the yard. You're embarrassed. Oh my God, I think all kids hated soup back in the day, says KB. That is true. I think because of the ground provision, because I didn't like cocoa, yam, dasheen. The only yam I used to like was yellow yam. That's the only yam we could have passed me through. Soft yam, white yam, purple yam, dasheen, cocoa, even to them in dasheen and cocoa. I still refuse to eat those two stuff. Cooked breadfruit, hate those stuff. Hate it. So, poverty, man, because a lot of us to not fulfill our true potential. But I really don't think so. We need to lock out them pick me out of school gate because them here not trim. Because me know say because them not, some of them not have it. I know that. You will find one or two who that trim them ear because of style and stuff, or them want add curls or stuff, like myself, yeah. But a lot of them who KC lock out, they not trim their ear because they not have it. They mad that our father can't afford it. Number one, them probably don't even know them father, I never see them father, or them father get murdered, or they are foreign or whatever. And number two, some of them just cannot afford it. Some of them can barely pay the school fee and the uniform or the taxi fare, much less we go trim every week. Like Casey and drugs are what? Chicken back cooked anyway was my favorite. Oh my God. I remember one day I was so hungry, CKB. I was so hungry. And one of my friends in the community, in the tenement yard, now, we decided to them are going to go bush cooking and then cook rice and curry chicken back. Me not think of all the years in a life, me not think me ever eat another meal that good. That was like so good because of how hungry I was. That meal, man, was so good. Rice and curry chicken back. So yeah, a lot of us don't reach real potential because of poverty, but you know, we live to fight another day. We live to fight another day. Anyway, guys, we're gonna stop here for today. I'm very grateful for those who came on earlier and later. You know that Mr. Mega stop the numbers start go. And then I'm gonna make me not eat no food tonight. But talking about rice and curry chicken back, I'm gonna eat some of that tonight. Trust me. Me gonna eat some chicken curry chicken back and rice. So all right guys, I'm gonna see what's in the kitchen cooking. I'll see you tomorrow about the same time, same place. And I'm gonna just big up on yourself and take care. This was Jamfl live.